Hi, and welcome to Karen's Kitchen Easy. Together with our kitchen basics, tips, and tricks, we're going to make you the star of your kitchen. If you enjoy this video, be sure to check out my YouTube channel and look at the link below this video. It will take you to karenskitcheneasy.com where you can find a printable version of today's recipe. And just remember, if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. But wait, it is easy, and you can do it too. Today's easy recipe is easy holiday eggnog. Now, when you see how easy this recipe is, you're going to wonder why you ever bought store-made eggnog. And as you can see, there are just a few ingredients. We have egg yolks, sugar, milk, and cream, plus a couple of flavoring ingredients. Now we're actually going to start by separating our egg because you know we just want the egg yolks and not the whole egg. I've showed you how to do this before, but let me show you again. You're going to crack the egg on the counter, and not on the edge of the bowl, but on the counter. Split it in half, and then you're going to toss or just pass the egg yolk from shell to shell. And as you do that, allow the egg white to drip into a bowl. Now you can save the egg white if you like, but you don't have to. In this case, we're not going to. And once you get all the egg white out, just put it with your other egg yolks, and that's all there is to it. So we're going to start actually by tempering our egg yolks, and I'm going to show you how to do this in just a minute. But to do it, we have to heat up our milk. So we're going to take our 2 cups of milk and heat it on the stove. Now, we don't want our milk to boil, just to steam and get hot. So you do want to watch it. But we're going to put this on the stove then, and I'll see you back here in a few minutes. Now we're going to actually start by putting our 4 egg yolks in a bowl, and we're going to add our 1/2 cup of sugar, and then whisk them together. Now this starts the sugar dissolving, and it also gets a little bit of air into the egg yolks and makes them a lovely creamy texture. So just mix that very carefully together. And remember, our milk is getting hot on the stove. And what we're going to do then is gently heat our egg yolks up and not allow them to cook. If you allow them to cook too quickly, you're going to have scrambled eggs. And you don't want that. We just want to heat the egg yolks up. So we're just going to whisk our egg yolks and sugar together. We're going to have a lovely creamy yellow color at the end there. And then we're actually going to add an ingredient to our egg yolks. In this case, we're going to add a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now, once again, you can leave this out, and all the flavorings are not necessary, but the teaspoon of vanilla just gives it an extra little layer of flavor. So here we have our mixture. And when our milk is nice and hot, we're going to start the tempering process. So we're going to bring our milk over, and we're going to start by adding a couple of ladles full to our egg mixture and then stirring it in. And this is just going to start the warming process in our egg yolks. So once we have a couple of ladles of milk stirred into it, we're going to add a few more ladles full and keep stirring. And as you can see, our egg mixture is now starting to get thinner, but it's also starting to warm up. And at this point, once we have this all stirred together, and this is also going to help our sugar dissolve, you can feel the sides of the bowl, and you should be able to feel the sides of the bowl starting to get warmer. Let's add a few more ladles full of milk. And there's our teaspoon of vanilla. I'm going to just pour it in at this point. And at this point, our sugar should all be dissolved into our egg and milk mixture. Now feel the sides of the bowl and make sure that it's warm. And now on the stove, we'll put our milk back in our pan, and we're heating it back up to make sure it's nice and hot. And now we're going to slowly pour our egg mixture into the hot milk. Just very slowly, and keep stirring with our whisk. And it's going to very slowly cook. And we're just going to keep stirring this. And once we get it all well incorporated, we're going to stir it every minute or so to make sure that our eggs aren't cooking too quickly. Now, as you can see, once again, I have used my heat diffuser, and that's going to help guarantee that our milk and egg mixture doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan or scorch or get browned around the edges. We don't want that. We just want a gently heating mixture. Now we've already put the teaspoon of vanilla into our eggnog, and that makes a really nice extra flavor. But now we're going to add the traditional, oh wait, before that, I forgot about the cream. We still had that cup of cream. We're going to put the cup of cream in now. There we go. And stir it in, and it's going to heat with the rest of the ingredients. And now we're going to add the last bit of flavoring, and this is a very traditional flavoring for eggnog, and that is nutmeg. Now you can use powdered nutmeg from the store, and that's perfectly acceptable, a teaspoon of nutmeg. I like to splurge a little bit here and use fresh nutmegs. You can buy these in a lot of health food stores. There actually, you can see, it is actually a type of nut, and I'm going to use a nutmeg grater, a planer. And it's simply a grater with very fine slits in it. It's going to allow me to rub my nutmeg across it, and it's simply going to grate it into powdered nutmeg. And fresh nutmeg just has a fresher aroma and flavor to it, and it adds a nice little extra layer of flavor to my eggnog. Those little tiny brown flecks that you see when you drink eggnog, that's what that is. It's nutmeg. So I'm just going to give it about a half a teaspoon, in this case, of nutmeg, because it's a stronger flavor than the stuff you buy in the store. And as you can see, my nutmeg is now a little bit smaller. So we're just going to give this a whisk. And we're going to give it a whisk again about every minute. And we're going to cook it for about 5 minutes. And that's going to allow our egg yolks to thicken our mixture and make it very creamy. So now, as you can see, our eggnog has cooked for about 5 minutes, and it's a little thicker now. And the way you can test and see if it's the right consistency is you're going to take a spoon, and you're going to dip it into your eggnog, and look at the back of the spoon. And if it coats the back of the spoon, it's going to be thick enough to be a lovely creamy consistency. There you can see we've got a little creaminess there. And that's all there is to it. Put it in the refrigerator, pour it in a glass, and enjoy it for Christmas. So I'll see you next time on Karen's Kitchen Easy.